If you're looking for a realistic video about some side hustle ideas without the purpose of selling you courses on how to get rich, you're in the right place. You see, because most of the videos you see online talk about various side hustle options, and then they come to conclusion that side hustle X is the best option and it's going to make you rich. Therefore, you should buy my course. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on your last opportunity to get rich. I'm not going to try to sell you a course. Instead, I'm just going to share my honest opinions because I don't want to make money telling other people how to make money online. So the first one is video editing. Especially short form video editing is one of the best side hustles you can look into. The demand is super high and there are very few good editors. If you want to make a living out of editing, you should be really good. That's a fact. But if your goal is to make some extra side money, then you don't have to be the best editor in the world. Obviously, some levels of skills are, required, but so is every side hustle. So the most important thing is your communication skills and whether you know how to pitch yourself to creators. As a creator with 1.3 million subs, I get every single day dozens of emails and DMs for people offering me editing services, but I rarely reply them. The reason is not because I'm an asshole, but because many creators, including myself, don't have much time to go through each message we get. So what you will need to do is proving that your message is worth someone's time opening, reading, and replying. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen again and again is to talk without any proof. It basically goes like this. Dude, you're leaving money on table, you're missing out, short form content is super important, and I'm really a good editor, therefore you should hire me. Here are some of my past works. Let's hop on a call if you're interested. Okay, pause the video and guess the mistakes these people are doing. I'm waiting. Please do it. Okay, ready? First of all, you might be actually a good editor. Okay, I'm not doubting that, but talk is cheap, so we need to show with our actions. Your past work might not be the best way to measure your skill since everyone has a different style and preference. What I would do is, I would re-edit a couple of my long-form videos into short-form content with various styles and showcase my skill set and ability to do different styles and creativity. So you shouldn't be sending the same email copy and paste everyone. We need to show some effort. And instead of suggesting let's hop on a call, which might just lead to a back and forth email exchange to find a good time, which is quite time consuming, especially when we are dealing with different time zones, why not send a Calendly link? That way I can easily book a time that fits both of our schedules and it saves time for both of us. And it's much more productive. Also, don't leave questions on the table. Tell me your delivery time, rate, how you work, and whether you're open for a negotiation on the same email so that it's easier for other person to book a call. If you have good communication skills and some decent editing skills, you're good to go. And also, don't worry, there's so many free and good resources to learn how to edit, so you got this. Even though I'm a big advocate of starting your own platform, sometimes you actually don't have a time to start a social media account because it takes a lot of time investment and effort, especially in the beginning, to figure out your voice and style and what you want to share. So if you don't have the time freedom to start your own account, one of the best ways to learn the backside is to be a social media manager. There are tons of benefits to this. First of all, the demand is super high. Second of all, you can do it remotely. And third of all, it gives you the chance to see the backstage of what it looks like to run a social media account. So you can make money while learning how things works. And maybe in the future, if you will be interested in it, you can start your own account. And let me tell you, there will be such a big difference being a total beginner and having some experience in social media world. So what do social media managers usually do? Well, there isn't necessarily a specific definition since every creator might request something different, but some of the common things can be answering emails, reaching out to brands to sign partnerships, manage content calendars, help with creator schedule, and basically help the creator out. Same as a video editor, it's super important to know how to pitch. If I would start over and had no experience and knowledge about social media and how to make money online, I would definitely reach out to my favorite 50 to 100 creators on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, maybe TikTok to help them out so that I can learn while I make money and build relationship with brands and also other creators. Whether you're interested in editing short form content or managing social media as a side hustle, having a professional website to showcase who you are is essential when pitching to potential clients to show how legit you are. Though building a website can be quite daunting in my opinion. Coding, technical skills, or even hiring someone to do it for you and spending thousands of dollars, it's quite difficult. So to solve this issue, I recommend Hostinger and its AI website builder, who is kindly sponsoring a proportion of this video. With Hostinger's AI-powered tools in the website builder, you can create a unique website for you in just few minutes. And let me show you how easy it is. First, what you need to do is you will go to hostinger.com/dirty10, and boom, if you see down, you see the plans that Hostinger offers. So the premium website builder, and we also have the business website builder. Now they're all super affordable compared to other brands, but I recommend you going with the business plan as it includes all of their AI tools. So with plans starting just as like $2.99 per month, you'll get a free domain, email, and the ability to create up to 100 websites under a single account. Okay, now let me show you the onboarding process. Okay, so for my brand name, I'm going to go with Kaizen by Ruri, and the website store is going to be an online store, and let's go. Okay, if you already have a simple website ready, just in a couple of seconds, and you can also see that on mobile how that will look like, and you can easily edit the website. So let's say I didn't like the colors and the website styles, I can change that easily. Let's say I don't like blue, I want to go with a darker blue, I'll accept it, and as you can see, I can change that super easily. Let's do, for example, white. Yeah, white looks much better. They also have tools like AI Writer, AI page generator, AI block generator, AI heat map, and AI logo maker. So they also have a 24/7 expert support from their in-house customer success team. So if you're ready to start your side hustle journey, use my special link hostinger.com/dirty10 and discount code RUDY10 for an exclusive 10% discount. Thank you, Hostinger, for sponsoring a proportion of this video. Another interesting one is building Notion templates. I actually didn't know it's a thing till I created my own Notion template. So some creators make millions selling Notion templates, and oftentimes the ones that are paid are quite complicated and takes time to create like from scratch. For example, my Kaizen system, I worked with a software engineer who coded some parts of my Notion template. So if you would go on Fiverr, there are a bunch of people building Notion templates as a service. And you don't necessarily need to know how to code actually. So I've been working on creating a new Notion template, and I know nothing about coding. So I've been using ChatGPT. I literally ask it each step and what to code and how to do it. And when an error occurs, like I just ask it to fix it. So far, so good. And it's actually working. I'm just doing it as a fun right now. But to be honest, for my future project, I will definitely outsource it because it takes quite a long time. You know, if I would decide to pick Notion templates, like building Notion templates as a side hustle, first thing I would do is build some cool templates, make a video explaining how to create it on various social media platforms, and give it away for free, exchange the people's email. Once I got people's email, I would send them some follow-up emails about my services and about my paid Notion templates and how I can help them. I would also pick a couple of my favorite creators, create some simple version draft templates that they can potentially sell, and send them a Loom video walking through and ask them to say yes if they want the template for free. Once they like my Notion template, I would offer services to build them more advanced versions I've sent. The good thing about picking Notion templates as a niche to talk on social media is because it's a very specified topic, you don't necessarily need to get tons of views to make decent money. For example, like Thomas Frank abandoned his main channel, which he had millions of subscribers, for a smaller Notion channel because it makes more money. And also there are a bunch of people making over 6 figures under 100K subscribers. So you definitely don't need to have a bunch of subscribers. If you would be patient and put the work in, you can make $1,000 a month, to be honest. It's a really good side hustle. Okay, so this one is not necessarily, you can do it from your home, but I just wanted to include this because in my opinion, this is a genius idea. Business and making money is essentially solving other people's problems, right? We talked about it. What's the biggest issue do people have in lectures in college? Actually listening to the professor and taking notes. Boo. Problem identified. So now it's time to solve it. I've seen people online recording the whole lecture with voice recorder, transcribe it with tools online, then turn it into nice notes and slides using AI powered tools. Even though I think it will depend on your love of your state you're living in and also the uni you go to. If it's allowed and if it's completely legal, I think it's a good way to make money in uni. It will motivate you to go to lectures, and also you will be able to make some money. I think one important note is that while you're taking a voice record, it's important to listen to the lecture yourself too and take notes so that afterwards you can check whether there were some errors with the AI. Also, rather than selling the slides and notes without any edits, I think it's necessary to highlight the important parts and potential questions that can be asked on exam to provide extra value so that your customers, your classmates, will keep coming back. Just a second warning, check the laws before you do it, because I'm quite sure in some unis they don't love to record anything, so don't get in trouble. Okay. And also, if you're my classmate and watching this, please do it and sell it to me because I need the lecture notes. Let's talk about the last one, which is thumbnail creation / Photoshop as a service. So on YouTube, everyone knows that title and thumbnail are the most important element you need to pay attention if you want to get views. We already talked about it so many times. And guess what you need to do to create a good thumbnail? First, you need to come up with a good idea. And then second step is taking some pictures. Third step is edit the pictures and do some Photoshop if necessary. And guess what? Most creators want to outsource the step 1 and step 3. So the idea generation and the editing part. Personally, I'm not a big fan of hiring someone to come up with ideas because I feel like then the thumbnails won't have my personal touch into them. But some people outsource it and it works completely fine for them. So it's not a big issue in my opinion. I've been outsourcing the editing part of some of my thumbnails recently because it saves so much time. And whenever I want to get creative, my brain is really good at coming up with ideas, but not executing at them because I don't know how to use Photoshop. I've been making all of my thumbnails using Canva. So sometimes my skills are not enough. So I hire a thumbnail designer to edit them. The good thing about this side hustle is you work based on a project and people usually charge between $100 to $150 per thumbnail with unlimited revisions. And if you learn how to do Photoshop, depending on the thumbnail style, you can create that in a couple of hours. So if you're not looking for a full-time freelancing option, then I think thumbnail design is a pretty good choice. The way I found my thumbnail editor is I was searching on YouTube about thumbnail editing and he had a tutorial which was quite easy to follow, and I think it had only a couple thousand views to be honest. But I really liked it, so I reached out to him by his email in the description, and we basically started working. And it's also the way that I would recommend for people to kind of showcase their work and promote their services. So if you want to do thumbnail design, recreate some of creators' thumbnails, post it on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, etc. And even if the actual creator doesn't see that, someone will. And there's a high chance that they will hire you if they like the work you do. I would also put all the thumbnails that I've created in the past to my website to kind of showcase the range that you do. And there are a bunch of free sources on YouTube and also on Skillshare and other platforms to get started with Photoshop, which I highly recommend checking out if you're interested in becoming one. So obviously, since I'm a creator, all the side hustle ideas are somewhat related to content creation and to creator economy, but it's a growing industry and day by day the evaluation is going higher too, and it's the future of media. I understand why people dislike social media creators because of some creators and the reputation issue, but I love creator economy. It genuinely changed my life and I like working with freelancers. I like my job. So if this video inspired you to start your own side hustle, we might have the chance to work together in the future. Imagine how cool it would be if you started because of this video and a year later we work together. I don't know, it sounds cool to me. I promise I'm a good employer. I'm not a bad person. Anyway, enough rumbling and see you soon.